Ooh. Hello, friends. This is Marcel, and I'm about to do a live just for the purpose of having an easy way to upload it to YouTube. I'm going to do two back to back. I received two messages from the Lord last night, or I should say, in the middle of the night, and I'm going to do both of them as a separate video upload. All right. The first, this topic is how the Lord views your body. So I had a dream that came from the Lord last night. Now, I dream all the time, and I don't place any particular emphasis or significance on regular dreams. But when I get a dream from the Lord, I know it's from the Lord. It's not the same thing as a regular dream. I can't explain it. If you ever had a dream from the Lord, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna get to the point. So last night I had this dream, and I was with a couple of my guy friends, and we are going to hang out on a Friday. And our plan was to go to a bar, have some beers, and play pool, which is normal stuff for. And so we went to this off of the road bar that had a gravel driveway, and we were hanging out, and we noticed that people were going through a door on the side. This side door, as it turns out, led into a house that was connected to the bar. And in the house, they were having a sex party, a swingers party. And there were plenty of women there, and everybody was having a good time. I thought it was awesome. My friends thought it was awesome. So the next week, it was Friday, and we went back to that same bar. This time for the purpose of going to that sex party. And we got to the bar a little bit, I guess, early for the party because it was just the regular customers and a couple of people that I recognized the previous week from the party, hanging out, waiting for it to start. And so this is what happened. The owner of the bar comes out and says, "Hey, we're about to start the party. Time for our meeting." And I assumed, okay, that's just what they do before the parties. They have a meeting. We went into the house, and I sat down and watched the owner of the bar address the party goers, the people. And I was sitting like on a riser behind the speaker, the owner, looking at him from the side. And I looked over to the group and noticed that they were sitting in the seats they were sitting in were pews. And I jumped up and turned around and looked behind me and realized that this house, this building we were in, was actually an old church that they had just started using for these sex parties. And a message from the Lord came straight to me. And the message was, the Lord is furious and his anger is kindled. And I ran out of that building and ran behind the bar to the other side of the bar and saw the owner's wife. And I said, "Listen, I have a message from the Lord. Considering what you guys are doing in this house, the Lord is furious and his anger is kindled. Everybody has to get out of there." And after I told her, I ran back to the house, and the meeting was ending, and the owner was still there, and he was leaving, and I told him the message, and he was kind of blowing me off. So I got filled with passion, and I yelled at him, "This building was built for the worship of the Lord, and you've turned it into this." And I woke up, and the Holy Spirit started speaking to me, and he brought a verse to me, which is, "Your body is a temple." And I realized that this was a prayer, this was an answer to a prayer that I had prayed a few weeks ago to the Lord to help me resist the temptation to look at pornography, on the internet. Sometimes I do pretty decently and go great periods of time without looking at anything inappropriate. But sometimes usually a trigger will be like social media. I'll be on like Instagram, and somebody will have something provocative, and that will kind of lead me down into a place where I'm looking at something I shouldn't have any business looking at. And I just want that gone. I don't want to do that, even occasionally. I don't want to go back and forth through that. And so this was the answer. And it made me realize that the Lord looks at our bodies the same way we look at a church. When we walk into a church, we expect everything to be a certain way. We don't expect, we wouldn't do normal sins in a church because we have reverence for that church, because that church belongs to the Lord, and it was built for the glory and the worship of the Lord. Well, that's how the Lord looks at our bodies, as constructions that were built specifically belonging to the Lord for his worship and his glory. And when we defile ourselves with sexual immorality, that's the Lord's response. He is furious and his anger is kindled. I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm gonna shortly go live again to post up the other video from the other message the Lord gave me last night. Thank you, and have a blessed day.